1,000 beauty tips combined in these 2 books alone. Diane Irons brings them to QVC and hopefully into your home for your perusing. Nice to have you back.
Nice to be back. I love sharing these tips. Everybody wants to know how those models and actresses stay so beautiful. Then they want to know, how do they get so thin?
So thin.
So we've got, keep this in your makeup, by your makeup mirror, keep this in your kitchen.
Not just another one diet fad, she says. The world's best kept diet secrets pulls together the secrets of the stars in countless areas: diet, nutrition, exercise, and more.
No one's going to tell you these tips.
Tell us who you are and how you know
I
all
started
these things.
as a model at 13, had my own weight demons, had my own problems, and started collecting these tips, would go home and experiment with my girlfriends and my sisters, and
write them all down.
I love sharing them, and now I've become a beauty coach, and I'd love to bring these out because these are secrets nobody will tell you, because they're not products that you particularly have to spend a lot of money for, but they're products that give you more power for the punch, because a lot of them are not the chemicals, they're the raw products themselves. When I was in Paris as a model, I learned to use powdered milk to wash my face. It's a lactic acid wash, mix it with a little bit of water, and they said, what are you doing, digging ditches all night? Why are you washing your face with soap? You're drying it out. Lactic acid. If you want to use a natural acid to exfoliate the leathery ears off your face, sugar, raw sugar, you mix it with a little bit of olive oil and you get a great exfoliant. Sugar is sugar cane, which is glycolic acid, which ladies, you're probably spending about $50 or $60 for if you're getting at the cosmetic counter.
That's a great idea.
Here's one, coenzyme Q10, acetyl L-carnitine. Did major studies in China with people who used the acetyl L-carnitine, 10 pounds in 2 weeks. When they added the coenzyme Q10, they lost 40% more. So it's incredible. Garlic and papaya. Garlic and papaya, tell you all about it in the book. Garlic and papaya, big jumpstart diet that all the models go on before photo shoots, completely detoxify and debloat them. Hemorrhoid cream, you hear about it, nobody admits it. Does those other tissues, it takes the swelling under the eye away. We use it to define the jawline. It's great if you've got to go to a photo opportunity like at a wedding. Another thing, dark circles, tea bags. The tannic acid in the tea bags will take away those dark circles.
So don't throw your tea bags away.
Yeah, and I remember this was the first tip I was given as a young teenage model, and that was to take a little bit of eye redness reliever, put it on a Q-tip, and then stick it on my pimple for about 10 to 15 seconds. Just the way it gets the redness out of the eye, it gets the redness out of the pimple. Anybody out there who has a teenager, they don't have to go. And you can put makeup on a pimple. It just comes like a neon light shining, beaconing through the night, doesn't it? Another thing is ice water, spicy foods, very important. With each glass of ice water that you drink, your body has to heat itself up, proven by Johns Hopkins University, to metabolize it, so you'll burn 25 calories with each glass, plus you rev up your metabolism. With spicy foods...
That same thing was in another book that we had on QVC. That's fascinating.
That's a model secret.
Yeah, that's
Spicy
great.
foods gives you that natural thermogenic burn. Let me give you something practical. Take a couple denture cleanser tablets, pop them into a glass of water, stick your fingers in it, it'll whiten your nails, especially for those of you who are gardeners.
Just like it whitens your teeth, I guess.
Stick the jewelry in, it brightens the jewelry like crazy, and it's safe enough for the pace, which...
You guys, this is $20.72, basically $10 a book.
Come on. Lemons. Take lemons with a little bit of boric acid powder you get at your drugstore. We take away freckles and age spots with it. Then we take the lemons, put them in the bathtub, and it's a great little acid wash, and it is great aromatherapy, and it's natural, plus you're recycling, my darlings. Here's some emergencies that you might come up with. What do you do when you have a pierced earring and there's a whole chapter on beauty emergencies. That itself is worth it. Take the back, and you have your little backing came off. Take the back of an eraser. Take the eraser off your pencil and stick it right on. What do you do if you don't have a file?
Brilliant.
Yeah. Matchbook. Matchbook is an emergency nail file for you. I used this last night. I was coming in on the plane and I broke my nail and I used it. I said, see, I use my own tricks.
Definitely.
There's another one that's particularly wonderful. If you have dark circles and you want to disguise them without a concealer, take a little yellow eyeshadow, mix it in with your foundation, and the yellow will diffuse the darkness.
And you've heard that from some of our other beauty experts too. That's why that yellow is so
These are like
good.
every magazine you've ever read in 2 books. thousands. 5,000.
$10 a book.
I even give you a break.
5,000 different beauty secrets.
Here's
and she's
another
just
one.
giving you 10 so far this morning.
Half a packet of unflavored gelatin in your shampoo will give your hair tremendous volume. Big secret. I was a hair model. Another one is castor oil. It will get rid of the frizz without building up. A very famous actress, you have to read the book to find out, told me about this one. And you should be dry brushing to get rid of cellulite. Tell you how to do that. Take a fork, wrap it around the hair, put a little bit of hairspray on that, take a blow dryer, and you can put a curl wherever you want without burning your hair, which so many of the curling irons do.
Tend to do, yeah.
Yes, that's
sure.
what they do behind. These are the backstage runway tips that nobody tells you about. We all use. You've always wondered, how do they get so slim? How do they do it so quickly? And these are the secrets. And another thing is vitamin E gets rid of wrinkles. You add that to your moisturizer. Vitamin C will rebuild the collagen in your skin. And vitamin A will reproduce the cells for you, and it also will protect your, it's like a natural sunscreen. So always add a little vitamin A to your moisturizer and you're set to go.
So if you wish that you had started your tape recorder before this segment so that you could go back and reread all these things, instead get the books. Not only because you get all of the secrets that she's just told you about here, but think of how many that you're missing that she hasn't had a chance to get to.
Any problem that you ever come up with, what do? Do you run to your dermatologist when you have a pimple or
and
you have a cold sore?
How much does that cost?
What do you do when your hair turns green and you've come out of the pool because you've you had too much chlorine in the pool, or perhaps you've used the wrong color? You need to uncolor your hair. A little bit of aspirin is a big secret there. Yep.
Oh, really?
I remember when I was a model and they were coming at me with vodka. I said, what are you doing? That adds shine to the hair. So I'll tell you just what you need to use.
We're going to run out to our nearest liquor store and get some vodka.
Well, I put red wine on my face as a toner, and I have beer as a styling lotion. They're probably thinking, this girl has a problem.
Yeah, right.
They know they're beauty products.
Right, you're not consuming them, you're using them.
But
Luba from Illinois, welcome to QVC. Meet Diane.
Hi, how are you girls?
Good, how are you this morning?
It's such a fun to be here in the morning with both of you.
It's very nice to have you on the show, and I bet you're loving all these beauty ideas.
I am loving. I already have the first book because you had the first book a couple of years ago. I read the first book, but now you have more about diet. And when you get to the certain age, it becomes a full-time job. I'm like, you know,
over 100 recipes,
I can give a few advices myself, which I do at work, but still, this is something that's going to be very interesting, and I can see from what you show, it's all natural product, it's all easy to do, and it's doable, because some of the things you can't do it, you don't have time for that, but that's possible.
That's right.
And you can always learn something else.
There's over 100 recipes, too, from spas. They're all under 200 calories. There's one you want to try, chocolate truffles, 25 calories each. It's the model's favorite snack.
I'm not a big cook. I mean, I work full-time, but
this would be perfect for you then. It shows you how to eat out.
I'm 54 years old, but I still look like, and I tell people it's a full-time job, so I need literature to keep it up.
Well, here you go.
A tip a day, you'll be absolutely at your very best.
I know. I followed a few tips from your previous book, and I can see that this is even more interesting. It's a very great tool for any woman to use in her, and it's easy. You can incorporate in whatever else you're doing.
It's like, why didn't I think of that? A lot of the things that you'll be using are in your kitchen,
whatever
in your
you're using
cabinets.
With any your skincare or QVC skincare program, you can still incorporate the tips. And
absolutely, you just add a vitamin to your moisturizer.
Absolutely.
And we have an adage in modeling: if you want to look fresh, you use fresh. So we do many of the tips that you would get if you were to go at a spa. You go to a spa, you spend $5,000 a week. You spend under $20, and you've got these tips right in your own home.
Thanks for calling. We have to say goodbye. I'm sorry, but we gotta go. Okay.
Thank you. With my very best.
Well, we've been very busy on the phone lines, as you can imagine, and there are all kinds of questions. Over 1,500 sets have been ordered. It's $20, basically $10 a book, and about 2,500 tips in each one of these books. L64016 Self-Help Beauty and Diet Books.